أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. I seek refuge in God from the rejected adversary.
Welcome. In this explainer, we're going to explore something really profound from the Quran. It's about a journey that really we all have to take. The journey from fear to trust.
So, you know that feeling? When a threat is gone, but the fear, it kind of sticks around? The Quran speaks directly to this. It's this universal human state where fear can just linger. And if we're not careful, it can become a kind of spiritual paralysis, where our soul is just gripped by what happened.
The source material has a name for this condition: clinging. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's when fear makes us hold on so tightly to everything we think defines us. You know, our wealth, our status, even our sense of who we are. And when we do that, we actually stop ourselves from growing.
And you know, this clinging, it's almost a form of self-destruction. It's like building a prison around ourselves. So the big question is, how do we get out? Well, the Quran gives us a way out. It's an antidote, really, in the form of two powerful, direct commands: give and go.
Okay, so the first command is all about generosity. Spend in the way of God. Simple enough, right? But what's fascinating is how the verse frames the opposite of spending. It says that withholding, clinging to your wealth, is what throws you into destruction. It's an incredible idea, isn't it? That fear can do more damage to us than any enemy ever could.
And that brings us to the second command, to go, to undertake a journey. We're talking about the pilgrimage, the Hajj. And it's so much more than just travel, right? It's this deeply regulated physical act of devotion, but at the same time, it's also filled with so much mercy and understanding for our human limits.
All right, so we've got these two big commands, give and go. To really get what's going on here, let's start by looking at their outer meaning, what's called the zahir. This is the external form, how the classical scholars understood these acts on the surface. Okay, so when you look at it this way, it all makes a lot of practical sense. These aren't just abstract ideas. Spending, well, that literally keeps the community from falling apart due to hoarding and fear. Pilgrimage is a very real physical act of obedience. And that little phrase, for God, that's the key. It purifies the whole thing. It strips away any desire for prestige or praise from others. It's all about humble, regulated devotion.
But, and this is where it gets really deep, these verses hold an ocean of inner meaning. This is the part the Sufi mystics help us see, what they call the batin. And for them, we're not just talking about discipline anymore. We're talking about a complete, existential unmaking of the self.
This quote from Al-Qushayri it gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? The pilgrim leaves his homeland outwardly so that he may leave his ego inwardly. It's beautiful. The physical journey is just a mirror for the inner one. Every single step you take away from your home is like a practice run for that ultimate departure from this world, and more importantly, from the prison of your own ego. And this unmaking becomes incredibly physical during the pilgrimage. Think about the ihram, that simple white garment. Its whole purpose is to strip away everything we use to define ourselves. Suddenly, the fancy clothes are gone. The markers of status, gone. Everyone looks the same. Everyone is equal. And that is a direct, head-on challenge to our nafs, to our ego. Because the ego just loves to feel special and different.
This next part just illustrates the whole idea so brilliantly. So part of the ritual is an outward sacrifice, right? An animal. But the mystics tell us, hey, look deeper. That's just a symbol. The real sacrifice, the one that actually matters, is the one happening inside. It's offering up our own attachments, our pride, and that constant nagging voice of the ego that insists on being the center of the universe.
And Rumi just connects it all with this one haunting question. Why do you stay in prison when the door is so wide open? Think about that. Both spending and journeying, they're actions. They're movements that force us to let go. They dismantle that illusion of control we cling to so tightly. They are, in essence, how we finally walk through that wide-open door, out of the prison of the self, and into the true freedom of trust.
Here's a really neat little detail. In the ancient Abjad system where letters have numerical values, the letters for the word Hajj, pilgrimage, they add up to the number 2. And what is 2? It's a pair, a crossing. It signifies a movement from one state to another, from home to sanctuary, from ego to surrender, from clinging to possession to trust.
You know what's amazing is how profoundly relevant this ancient wisdom is. I mean, even modern psychology talks about how a journey like a pilgrimage can be a powerful reset button for our sense of self. So let's bring this home. Let's reflect on how all of this applies to us, right here and right now.
The invitation to make this journey is always open, even if we can't physically travel to Makkah. So here's the first question for us to really think about. What would you have to leave behind to truly journey? And I'm not just talking about stuff. I mean habits, comforts, maybe even certain ideas about yourself.
And the next question goes even deeper. What identity do we cling to? You know what I mean? Is it being the smart one, the successful one, maybe even the righteous one? What's that label that we hold on to so tightly, the one that keeps us from the simple, beautiful state of humility?
And that brings us to the most immediate challenge, the most important one, really. Look, the physical journey to Makkah, it might not be possible for all of us right now, but that inner migration, it's always available. So the question is, can we, today, make that journey from our own ego to a state of humble awareness before God?
That's the thing to remember. The true pilgrimage is always available. It's a migration of the heart. The house of God is always there, and the invitation is always open. So let's end our reflection with a munajat, a whispered, intimate prayer from the source material.
O Lord of the house, strip us of what is not you. Make our spending trust and our journey return. Amen.
May our efforts be accepted, and may our hearts be opened, and may our own journeys, the ones we take on the outside and the ones we take deep inside, be blessed with sincerity and true trust. This reflection was compiled with deep gratitude by Mir Ali Shah, a fellow seeker sharing through the Living the Wisdom of the Qur'an podcast. And of course, we ask for forgiveness and acceptance for any errors, including any AI-related mispronunciations. Thank you so much for joining us for this reflection. Peace be with you.